I was debating on whether I should even bother with this, but I just can't help myself. Because it's same-day drama, I'll just nip this in the bud right here and now, and we can hopefully move on from irrelevant Rob the Unhinged Ginge. I think this should be the be-all, end-all. Rob will likely want to spin more lies just to try to increase engagement and squeeze a few more views out. But even as reactionary as I am, even I get tired of the same crap over and over, and I'm sure you viewers get tired of it too. You've said as much. I'm going to summarize Rob's allegations. He claims that I am only about the money, that he has 2 super secret double agents working for him, telling him that I talked shit behind his back, and the third one, which I find to be the most distasteful and disgusting accusation, is that I had sex with a 17-year-old boy. All lies, of course. Rob is desperately trying to save face here and act as though he's some sort of 4D chess master, when in reality he's just an irrelevant, drug-addled loser who needed drama to happen in order to appear as though he still matters and still has some amount of relevancy in this world. If I had not made my video, Rob, what was your plan then? Were you still going to flex about how you planned some big scheme all along? Of course not. It's ridiculous. So stop it. Get some help. So, number 1, I'm only about the money on YouTube, right? Well, I'm demonetized, which actually I find rather freeing because now on YouTube I can say whatever I want. They're not coming down on me for speaking my mind anymore, and it's awesome. I should have never monetized, actually, for the pennies I've received over the years. I've never asked anyone for money. All donations I've received since I monetized were all voluntarily given to me. In fact, in many streams, I actively told people not to donate to me. I never put my content behind a paywall under any pretense or excuse or, oh, yeah, I did this to test y'all. Never pulled that bullshit on anybody. I never whinged to my fans saying that they aren't pulling their weight because they're not donating enough to me. No, these are all things you did, Rob. This is major projection on your part and gaslighting coming from you, but you are, in fact, a drug-addled scumbag with no morality and no moral code to speak of. Number 2, I never said word one behind your back. I was always honest to your face, Rob. You're the pile of shit who speaks behind people's backs. This is just more projection from you. In fact, here it is from OK Fine Be That Way, the guy who helped me get in touch with June the King for his Game Dude documentary. He can vouch for the fact that I actively stayed away from speaking trash about you when I had the chance. The last allegation, now that really takes the cake. You claim to have, in your own words, some autistic guy who claims that at age 17 I had sex with him at a furry convention. You scribbled out all the key parts. The time code is hidden, and because you were in such a hurry to slander me, you failed to notice that you were taking the screenshot with the phone that you sent yourself the message with, which is why you have a screenshot of a guy answering you, but being left on unread. That's sus. Why are the timestamps and everything scribbled out? You scribbled out the names of the people in the conversation? One would think if you had the goods that you would produce the most important parts. But you're also the guy who, in a pathetic and vain attempt to save face and act like you still have a bunch of supporters, you used a bunch of fake YouTube accounts made in August of 2017 to parrot all the talking points you wish you still had fans do for you. And you're so pathetic that you're answering yourself on all of them, and erasing all comments that don't fall in line with your delusions. This drama, let me tell you, Rob, it's going to dry up very quickly. You probably know that better than anybody. No one gives two shits about you or me, Rob. You're never going to make a comeback. You're never going to be that one-hit wonder you were in 2007. It doesn't matter how many lies you attempt to spin about me, the guy who literally never did you any wrong, the guy who only ever told you truths that you were never prepared to hear, like a real fucking friend should do, you know? That thing you accuse me of not being? You don't have friends. You just have people you snort narcotics with and people you bum money off because you're a low-life leech, dude. You owe David well over $1,500 that you're never going to pay back. I don't do much with YouTube these days. I have no pretensions of grandeur or of ever having been a star of any sort. I'm just glad to have any people watch me these days. Okay? And while we're at it, since you compared my wife to yours, well, let's see. My wife is a super mom, taking care of her 3 children, cooking, cleaning, getting them bathed, taking care of their needs, like few parents in this world these days. And like few parents in this world, she goes to all of Ashton and Jade's therapy sessions, personally. She's clean cut, drinks no alcohol, abuses no drugs. She's an avid reader. She has an education. The only crime she ever committed in your eyes was being fat. Now let's compare her exemplary motherhood to your pathetic, drug-wasted, illiterate, children-abandoning wastrel of the woman you call a fucking wife, legs too open wide, was a cum receptacle for whatever dude was willing to get high with her, had 2 kids with some other dude, got a divorce, and abandoned him and her kids to fuck you of all people, got you into a fentanyl habit that you've never been able to kick, and mind you, the fentanyl didn't do her already ugly facial features any favors. She used to just look like Vincent Schiavelli in drag. Now, after all the drugs she's abused, it's likely she just looks like Vincent Schiavelli. If you were half the man you claim to be, you'd confront me in person. But you're also the weak-ass punk who got knocked the fuck out at a GameStop. Possibly the only career in which you had a semblance of a future, you degenerate, slandering chuckle fuck you. I'm done with you. Won't be long until the next guy wastes you, and whatever views and pennies you harvest from this meaningless drama, they're gonna dry up in the deep chasms of your eternally sniffly nose. I'm disappointed in you, Rob, much like your parents are. Well, your dad probably just wishes he'd worn a rubber, but your ex-fans are all disappointed with you. You need to get clean, you need to get some psychiatric help. But you know what? I'll let you have that last word you're so desperate to have. I know how much it means to a petulant child like yourself. So for now, take this L and shove it up your ass, Rob.